What's up, Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. If you haven't been here before, my name is Kian. Hope you enjoyed that little morning montage. I just made my bed, and I know I mentioned in a previous video that I would talk to you guys about my bedding because I've been getting a lot of questions about it, and I think bedding just makes the biggest difference. It's like my #1 priority anytime we move is to get high quality bedding. So I'm excited to be working with Brooklinen on this video. They're currently having a site-wide Black Friday sale. It goes until the 30th, so there's still a few days left, and it is 20% off everything on their website, which is the biggest sale of the year. So definitely check them out. I love the sheets. We got the linen move-in bundle, and it's perfect, especially if you're moving, because it comes with everything you need. It comes with the duvet cover, pillows, pillowcases, fitted sheet, the top sheet, so everything you need from start to finish. And then you can like custom pick what kind of duvet you want and how firm you want the pillows. So if you're moving and you need like a whole new bedding package, definitely check out their move-in bundles. But they also sell things separately, and you can mix and match colors, which is really cool. I love the look of linen. I just think it's so cozy, and the quality of Brooklinen's products is next level. It is an investment, but compared, like the prices for these sheets on their website typically range like between $200 and $300 for the bundles. But if you were to get these same ones at a different website, it would be like twice as much. So if you're looking to invest in some new bedding this year, definitely check out their Black Friday sale. And today I'm going to be doing a Q&A. So, you know, it's been a while. I've been doing so many moving vlogs. I thought it would be fun to like sit down and just chat, like catch up with everything. So that's what we're doing today. All right, so I asked you guys questions on Instagram. If you aren't following me, follow me right here at Kian Wolfgang. And yeah, let's just get into it. The first question was, how was the church service that I went to? And I've been meaning to tell you guys about it, and I completely forgot the last couple of vlogs. But it was really cool. They just started a series on your emotions and how your emotions can try to control you, and it's called You're Not the Boss of Me. So the whole series is walking through like how to not let your emotions be the boss of you. One thing that really stuck out to me was he was talking about the condition of our hearts, and whatever is in our hearts is what is going to overflow into the people in our lives. So if your heart is just filled with anger and jealousy and uncontentment, like all of that stuff is going to overflow to the people around you. And it's really important to keep the condition of your heart pure and focus on the Lord. So that really stuck out to me. And then he goes into like very specifics on just like ways to manage your emotions, and basically something that we're learning for our whole lives is how to not let our emotions control us, because we only want God to be the boss of us. So I think they do post their episodes on their website, so I'll have those linked in the description. I think it's a 5-part series, and they're on the 3rd week, so you guys can go watch all those, or watch or listen to all those episodes. Okay, somebody asked what's the best part of living in Hawaii and the worst part. Well, we've only been here for 3 weeks, coming up actually on a month in 3 days. But we've only been like really living here, I feel like, for like less than a week, because our first 2 weeks we literally had no lives. We were just helping with renovations. So I feel like I can't answer this yet. Based on my first week here, basically, I would say the best part is definitely just like the landscape. I mean, the conditions, the environment. There's just like so many beautiful beaches. We haven't been able to go on any hikes yet, but when I visited in the past, I know the hikes here are beautiful, and like all the waterfalls. So yeah, I would just say our access to the ocean and just like all the beauty around us is definitely one of the best parts. And the worst part, I would say, it doesn't have to even do with Hawaii. I would just say like the worst part is like not knowing anybody. Although we have been meeting a ton of people over the last few days, but that was definitely the hardest part in the beginning, was just not knowing anybody here and like having no family or community. That was definitely challenging at first. But if you guys saw my Instagram story, I actually randomly came across this like these girls had a workout page, and it was like run by two girls. So I went to both of their profiles on Instagram and followed them, and like one girl had something about Jesus in her bio, so I just DM'd her and was like, hey, just moved here, looking for like Christian community. And then she invited me to like a young adults volleyball thing, and then from there she invited me to Friendsgiving, where I met other people, and they invited us to go to soccer and go to the young adults service and go surfing and go get coffee. So like go on hikes. So I've met like so many people and gotten so many invitations already. So that is an encouragement if you are somewhere new. Like, just Instagram stalk some people, go follow like your local church's young adult page and like see who's tagged in their photos and like DM them. That is like how I make friends anytime I move, is usually through Instagram. Okay, my boyfriend and I are talking about marriage but don't know when to take that step. Any advice? I would definitely recommend doing premarital counseling. Yes, you can do it before you're even engaged, and I feel like that will really give you guys both clarity on, you know, the commitment of marriage, and just to make sure that you guys are on the same page. And then maybe before that even, you could go through the book. I think it is called 101 Questions to Ask Before You Get Engaged, and I would like start going through that book together. And like Kyle and I used to do that when we were long distance. We would FaceTime, and I would tell him to pick a number, and we would take turns, and we would do like 2 or 3 questions every time we were FaceTiming. And that was really helpful for us to talk through a lot of things that you don't like really think to ask, or that don't come up in normal conversation. So I would definitely recommend that first if maybe you're not ready to hop into premarital, but I would recommend doing that as well. Somebody asked, how have you been doing mentally since the move? Not gonna lie, the first 2 weeks, like I was at an all-time low. I was starting to feel like super depressed, lonely. Kyle and I were just at our wits' ends, and so we were butting heads a lot and getting super frustrated really easily. And like we were just so mentally and physically and emotionally exhausted. And then at the same time, we were not filling our cups at all. We weren't spending any time with God. We weren't going to church yet, like had no community here. So yeah, first 2 weeks here were rough. I'm a dog now, but doing better. Things have really gotten better over the last few days for sure. So I'm feeling mentally a lot better, and I think going to the Friendsgiving last night and just meeting so many wonderful people has also like just given me a new excitement, and like it was super refreshing. So doing good. Somebody asked, have you found a church yet? No, so we've only actually gone to one church so far, and that's the one, it's called Waipuna Church, and that's the one who's doing the series on like the emotions. And the series was so good, we just wanted to keep going back. But this past Sunday, we tried to go to another church called New Hope, and on the website it says 9:30, 11:30. So being from the mainland, I was like, oh, they have 2 services, one at 9:30, one at 11:30. So we got there at 11:30, and like there was like a worship song going, but like everyone was like talking and like just like mingling and praying for each other. And then we were just kind of like standing, and we're like, what's going on? Like maybe people will like settle down in a minute. But yeah, and then he was like, thanks for coming. So yeah, turns out 11:30 is the end time. So I think we're gonna try to go there again this week and check it out. And then we're also checking out a church this Wednesday because they're doing like a pre-Thanksgiving service. So I think we're gonna go there as well. So yeah, we're still like discerning where God's leading us. But yeah, we haven't been able to go to any other church service besides the one. When is the next video gonna come out on the Kian and Kyle channel? So Kyle and I had a talk the other day, and we are just like praying about it, and really I feel like we kind of lost our purpose with that channel and lost like our why behind it. And so it was starting to become more like stressful and more burdensome. And we started it originally because we loved like making videos about Jesus and pouring into you guys, but that kind of got lost over time, especially while we were traveling. So we are praying about it and really going to try to like revamp that channel and maybe like stop doing as much vlogging and go back to like our traditional original like sit down videos. But let me know in the comments what you guys want to see, because at the end of the day we want to make content that you guys enjoy. So yeah, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, me and my husband have a joint channel, which I'll have linked up here. Somebody asked how to feel how to feel Jesus's presence when the world is all hustle and bustle. Well, first I would encourage you that it's not about feeling. Our feelings are deceiving, and we don't want to rely on our feelings when it comes to our foundation and our faith. We don't want to rely on our feelings, okay? So that would be my first advice, is it's okay to not always feel Jesus's presence. I know as emotional beings, we really crave that, and sometimes we're too dependent on our feelings and that like spiritual feeling, but it's not always going to be there, especially during your dry season. So if you aren't feeling his presence, and you're doing everything you can, just like I usually feel like that is a phase that all Christians go through, and it is to develop your faith in a new way. So lean into that, because God is still there even if you can't feel him. And yeah, lean into it and just ask just like what he's teaching you during this time, because it's going to develop your faith in a new way that's going to make you an even stronger believer. But another tip I would give you, if you feel like it's just because of your lifestyle that's you're not like in his presence, definitely read the book The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry. That will just like cover all of the bases of leaving the hustle bustle culture and like really slowing down to be an apprentice of Jesus. So that's linked in my Amazon favorites in the description, along with a lot of other books that I really like. I hope he comes out with a devotional based around that book. That would be really cool. I wonder if he has any devotionals. I know he writes a lot of good books, but I don't know if he has a devotional. What was the most beneficial thing during your season of singleness? I think my most beneficial thing was just learning how to really embrace being alone with God, and like really becoming best friends with Jesus, and going out on dates and just like bringing my Bible alone, and going to coffee shops alone, going out dancing alone, and just really I don't know, learning how to be happy alone and just satisfied in God. I think that season was like filled with so much joy. And if you're single, I would definitely recommend to soak it all up, because once you get in a relationship, things get harder. Not that it's not amazing, but things get harder, because then a lot of really hard work has to start, because the person you're with is going to be a mirror, and they are basically going to reflect all the ugliness and sin in your life. So things just get harder in that aspect, because when you're single, you don't always have that kind of accountability, like showing you constantly like what you need to work on and what sin is still alive and well in you. So I would say something that I wish I would have done that would have been beneficial now being married is like practicing being selfless, like with your friends, with your family, with strangers. If you can we'll never master it, but if you can like really develop your skills of serving and being selfless and humble and being the first to apologize to people, like any opportunity you have, and dying to yourself, like definitely do that. I think that would have been way more beneficial than just like going on dates with Jesus, to be honest. Somebody asked, what is Kyle doing for work? So Kyle got a job as a soccer coach, so that is like the cutest thing ever. I am now a coach's wife for he's coaching like younger kids right now, and it's just like the cutest thing to watch ever. And then a lot of you guys don't know, but Kyle also does a lot of like investing, so he like helps our money grow significantly, so that is something he is also doing. And then, like I mentioned before, we've been just reevaluating the couples channel, but in the future he'll be running that. We've just been, like I said, it's just been kind of like really hard to figure that channel out, but I've definitely been like a roadblock for that channel, and why we haven't been consistent is usually because of me. So I'm excited to see what he does with it once things like, yeah, now that we're settled and we're gonna like find a new purpose for it. So yeah, that's what Kyle does, and he's been looking at maybe getting another job too, so we'll see, but very proud of him, and he really does a lot for our family. Do you ever feel lonely moving to a new place? Yes, definitely. I was feeling very alone the first couple weeks, especially when like tensions were getting high and I was just feeling so drained. I wished more than anything like that I had one of my close friends with us, and I started feeling super lonely. But my number one prayer leading up to this move was that God would provide us with a home, which he answered, and then that God would provide me with friends, which he is already answering that prayer. So God is faithful, and yeah, I feel like a week of loneliness happens to the best of us. So yeah, I'm not feeling alone anymore, and obviously I have my best friend Kyle with me at all times. So it's just when you and your husband are like at odds that can start feeling lonely. But yeah, we're doing good. We're doing good now, so I feel like I have a friend. Alright guys, that is going to be it for this Q&A. Don't forget to check out Brooklinen's Black Friday sale. Trust me, it's going to be the most comfy sleep of your life. And also don't forget to let me know what kind of videos you want to see on our joint channel. And yeah, I love you guys, and Jesus loves me more.